What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Extreme Truth Podcast. I'm your host, Jimmy Bones. Glad to be back for the first time in 5 weeks. Missed y'all. Uh, and I'm here with my brothers, the Icon Legend Connection. We're going to start with my brother, James, the Icon. Grant, what's up, bro?
Yo, what's up, Jimmy? Haven't seen you in a while, you know, but it's glad that when you come back, you got that smile. Woo! And legend. Woo! A lot of things been going on this week, Extreme. So let's get it on and popping. Woo!
Let's get it. Legend, what's going on, my brother?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Legend Damian Simmons, as many of you already know. Back with the Icon Legend Connection and Jimmy Bones. Jimmy Bone return night. Welcome back, Jimmy. We missed you.
Thank you, my dear brother. I missed y'all too. Y'all know I couldn't stay away that long.
Yeah, all right now.
Y'all didn't get rid of me that easy.
Icon flipped the script, so
you can't let Icon Legend Connection take over like that, Jimmy. Some shit might go off the rail.
Trust and believe. We back. All right, so let's tonight's topic is an interesting one. It's one that's so perfect, especially after what happened with the whole Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, Chris Rock situation that everybody's talking about. We're definitely going to get into that in a few minutes. But tonight's topic is, should you always have to defend your partner in public? Ooh, that's going to be an interesting one because there's going to be a lot of different opinions on this one. So before we get to that, as always, we're just going to run through a couple of the current events. We actually had a lot saved up, but it seems like everybody's ready to jump into this topic. So we might actually have to abbreviate or cut some of them out. Save them for next week. You good? You fellas okay with that?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. First thing, we're gonna start with something that I don't know if we've really gotten into. The basketball player Brittany Griner. She's one of the top players in the WNBA, and she was arrested in Russia for reportedly trying to smuggle some type of marijuana-based product through the airport. Reportedly, she hasn't been seen in weeks. They don't know where she is and how long she's going to be held. This is a sad situation because she's one of the top basketball players in the world. Not just female athletes, one of the best athletes in the world. It's really, really unfortunate. I really hope that she makes it back safely. I hope that they're able to get her and bring her back. But this is something that people have to understand. If there are rules in a place, follow them. I mean, it's unfortunate that she was arrested. It's unfortunate that they don't know where she is now. But you know the laws. You can't smuggle weed in the airport in America.
Right.
You're in Russia in the middle of a war. And you're going to try to smuggle out weed. You can buy weed here. And it's probably better.
She could have probably bought weed where she was at and got it there or whatever. I don't know if she was coming or going. So
I think they said she was coming here.
Yeah, well, she should have waited. You know what I'm saying? A very poor choice of actions to take. But it's still a sad situation nonetheless, because we don't know where this woman is. This is one of the top athletes in the world. Not that it should matter. I don't care if she was my next door neighbor. You know what I'm saying? We should still be caring. But just to go with media and stories, this is one of the top athletes in the world. And there's no red flags. I ain't heard no presidential comments made in regards to the matter, nothing. And I think that's sad, especially when you know what's going on right now over there. Like we would definitely need to be concerned, especially since she's a high profile person.
It's scary. Icon, you got anything on this one?
Oh yeah, I remember we was talking about this before, and it's just sad because she's a Black woman in Russia, lesbian.
And forgot about that because Russia's anti-gay.
Anti-gay, extremely anti-gay. So I just don't know what is going on in that situation as far as why are we not, well, the world, as in people who could do something, is not more concerned about getting her. It's terrifying to think about, what she might could be going through.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's a telling tale. But it's a telling tale right now where everybody's priorities lie.
yeah,
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I
yeah.
mean, last time around we was trying to get some rappers out of going around with guns or whatever the hell they were doing over there in those countries. When the
Mm,
last administration was bailing them out. So,
yeah.
like I said, with all the dangers going on right now, all the hate, all the discrimination going on right now, you guys, when you're a high profile person, I say this for a low profile person, but
Mhm.
especially when you're a high profile person, you got to move a certain way. You got to watch how you move and how
Yeah.
everybody's moving around you. And like I said, it's kind of terrifying to think all those things that we just mentioned and where
Mm,
she's at and what's going on right now.
mm.
Um, it's a sad situation, and I'm praying for a safe return.
Well, you know what it is? We gotta stop this American arrogance. Americans think that we can just go to any country in the world and do whatever we want because we're just Americans. When I was out of the country, it's so weird. When I was overseas, a lot of people they were humble. Everybody was humble. When I got on the plane on the way back, the arrogance on this plane, I'll never forget. There was a woman sitting next to me. I was in the middle seat. She was in the corner seat. And they made an announcement. We will be making our final approach. We are expecting very heavy turbulence. Everyone, please stay in your seat. This girl, as where the plane is descending, doing this, she said, I need to go to the bathroom. They
There's
said,
always
and they said,
always
well, no, I said, they just told us not to move. We're expecting very heavy turbulence. We're already heading down. Well, I need to go to the bathroom anyway. Can you hold it? We'll be on the ground in 5 minutes. No, I don't want to hold it. I need to go to the bathroom. So I got annoyed and I just said, just come. I got up and the lady next to me, she was annoyed. She got up. This woman got up, stepped in my chair, went to the bathroom, and then after a minute said, oh, false alarm. And then as soon as we hit the seat, as soon as I got back in the seat and put my seatbelt back on, we hit very heavy turbulence.
Mhm.
That's that arrogance. So you can't have that, especially going into other countries, because they don't care about your feelings like America does.
I'll be trying to tell them. I'll be
Like, oh,
trying to
your
tell
rights.
them.
They're like, what rights? You're not in America right now.
Right.
When I was overseas, they were telling me that if you have marijuana, weed, I think a half an ounce is like 3 years in prison
God damn.
for a half ounce. And
Man,
their
shit.
prisons are like our prisons.
Man,
Our
I
prisons
leave
are
that shit here. It's not no much weed in the world that will have me try to smoke that shit
yeah.
to a different country.
And over there with their prisons, you know how they give us, you know how our prisons give you like water and food, clothes, and covers and pillows. They don't give you that. You come
The
in with what
fuck?
you come in. And if your family's not sending you money, you don't get to get water. You don't get
You
food.
don't, you don't get water or food? So they
Now, if
just keep your ass there and let you starve and die?
your family's not giving you any money.
Oh, bro, I seen one of these jails. I forget
God
where it
damn.
was at. I think it might have been Russia or Ukraine. I'm not sure which one. They were
Mm,
running around with these men and nothing but their underwear, like having them hunched down, running. Like, and they're
mm,
running at full speed. It's not like they're taking their time. Like, they had them running. This one guy busted his ass coming down the stairs. My man picked them up, grabbed them, and kept them running. It was
yeah,
real sad. And that was the lighthearted part of what I saw in that video.
yeah.
That's what we're trying to tell people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody could come out here, scream this and scream that. You get out on bond. It don't work that way in these other countries.
Yeah,
Everybody be quick to go somewhere, but they don't want to learn the laws and try to learn the language. And then
yep.
you get over there, you cut the fool. At least learn the law. That's the important more than anything else. Then you
Hmm.
get over there, you cut the fool, which you normally get away with over here. If the cops get involved, maybe a slap on the wrist, unless they're being like a jackass. And then
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? They get over there, they cut them, they do that, and then some of them don't make it back.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then,
Yep.
like I said, it's depending on where you at and what the crime was, you can be punished by more than just putting you in a jail cell.
Yep.
I'm sure we remember the Singapore King situation from years ago.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, Auntie, I see you got your hand up.
Hey, Auntie.
No, what I was saying about her is that it's sh- even though she's an American, it's messed up because she played for Russia. That's why she was over there.
Yep.
She played ball for them. So it's like no loyalty to
Nope.
her at all. And I think it was vapes that she had in her suitcase.
You're right. It was oils. I remember that.
Yeah,
It's
it
the
was the oils that she had in her suitcase.
cartridges.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mhm.
it's like, oh, she played for y'all, she's making money for y'all, but it all had to do with her being an American. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
whole thing.
Yep.
They
Mm-hmm.
know America doesn't negotiate for hostages, so, you know.
Don't forget we're in the middle of a war. So
Yeah, exactly.
so
Exactly.
yeah, so they have no loyalty to us.
Nope.
None.
No.
Yeah.
And with all the embargoes and everything, they don't. Mm-mm.
Dangerous
Yeah.
time.
We just gotta pray for her. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna kind of keep with the whole marijuana thing. Lona, we got you. We're gonna go through current events. We know you want us to go. Um,
Lady
um,
Lona.
the U.S. House has passed a marijuana decriminalization bill. So the thing is, there's states that's been passing this law, but they've always said on a federal level it's illegal. So the feds can still come in and come get you. So the House actually passed a law where you can legally carry marijuana. They're going to impose a 5% tax, which will rise to an 8% tax.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
So
What
Well,
you mean
yeah,
by
they like
tax,
Oh,
they're
you
gonna.
have to get it from the store.
yeah,
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I mean,
yeah,
it's going to cost more. They should have been did that.
yeah.
Right.
I agree.
I
But
mean, jeez.
they're saying that the Senate is looking into it, but the Senate probably doesn't have enough votes to pass it.
Well, I mean, it's gonna come eventually. The federal preemption and all this extra stuff
Mhm.
about the state's right to allow the legalization of marijuana while the federation can't do whatever. As long as you're not going from state to state with it, you good.
Well, no, they're looking into
So
changing that law as well, where you can go from state
right,
to state.
exactly. That's the whole point of the bill you're talking about is to
Yeah,
allow for Congress to interstate regulate
Mhm.
marijuana.
yeah,
So it's coming.
yeah. I
You
hope
know,
so. They need to hurry up.
yes, it's because it's 10%. I mean, you're getting an extra 10% for nothing. I mean,
Yeah,
come on, man.
yeah.
Just for the
I am completely 100% in charge, in
yeah,
favor of it.
yeah, me too.
Yeah. Um, as everyone knows, the Oscars happened last week. We're going to get into that in a second. Do have some sad news on the acting front. Bruce Willis has to retire from acting because he has a health issue called aphasia, which affects his motor skills, his mental capability. It's been reported that he was forgetting lines in his movies. He was misfiring weapons. Uh, it's unfortunate. It's a mental deterioration. And I think he's only 63 years old.
Damn,
But unfortunately, yeah, he's had a hell of a career.
damn.
I mean,
So
absolutely. He's one of our child icons, in the action. And I mean, he did comedy, he did everything.
yeah,
And it makes me wonder. I don't know if y'all remember years ago. That's why I was surprised he came back in the Expendables. Before the Expendables, years ago, he had said that, he was giving up like action movies. Like he found they
yeah,
were both this, that, whatever. And he said he was giving it up, but then I guess he wanted to go work with his bestie. So I get that. But
mhm,
that makes me wonder if that started happening then and he knew. And that played a part in that because I found that kind of weird. Like you one of the best like action, high speed action heroes, in the world, and
mhm,
you ain't got to just stick to that, But I found
yeah,
that just weird where he came out of nowhere with that.
yeah,
Half of his career. So it's really truly sad because this reminds me
yeah,
of like when Michael J. Fox was one of my favorite actors growing up. Whenever
yeah,
he announced that he was stepping away, we grow up watching these people, and we never want to see them leave our TVs or our screens. So but we definitely want to see them better, and we want to make sure they do the best for themselves. So,
yeah,
definitely wish Bruce Willis all the best, and thank you for all the great moments.
yeah. And also, another thank you. I don't know if how many of you watch wrestling, but the Undertaker from the WWE went into the Hall of Fame finally
Absolutely.
over the weekends. He got a 5-minute standing ovation.
No, 10 minutes. What you
Oh, I'm
fuck
sorry.
you mean?
He got a 10-minute
Yeah,
straight standing ovation.
yeah, buddy.
10. He was
10.
not allowed to talk. He couldn't talk for 10 minutes because everybody stayed on their feet, clapped.
That's good.
They said, "Thank you, Taker," for 10 straight minutes. So yeah, definitely kudos on a great career. Also, the wrestler Triple H, due to a heart issue and other health issues, had to retire. He actually retired, I believe it was one day past his 25th anniversary of wrestling.
Yeah. Yes.
And at WrestleMania, he actually put his boots in the ring and retired.
I believe the Icon Legend Connection went over this on the last show, but you can go.
Oh, did you?
Jimmy.
Okay. Hey, I've been away for a while.
But hold on,
no. But no. It's interesting that you brought up Triple H because it made me think about, if y'all haven't seen it, if y'all can see it on YouTube, and if you ever been an Undertaker fan, you should YouTube the Hall of Fame speech. It was probably the most extraordinary speech, probably of all time, as far as wrestling concerns, for the Hall of Fame. He let the world, yes, but he let the world see Mark Calloway. He told a lot of what he called mental move sets that helped him out throughout his life. So, it was very beautiful to see. I might say. Yeah, I must say. Yeah,
it was. So definitely kudos to them. In COVID news.
Hold on, Legend about to say something.
Oh, I'm sorry, Legend.
Oh no, I was gonna say, well, definitely best grats to Mark Calloway, aka The Undertaker. Definitely deserve it. I haven't seen the Hall of Fame yet, so I have to check that out. I had kind of a crazy weekend, so I'll definitely check it out soon. But who else deserves that type of respect?
Yeah,
after all the years of making that gimmick work. Come on now, a zombie wrestler.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah,
but that man was selling out. You know what I mean? And he did the zombie thing. He came back with the zombie thing. So
The Undertaker is definitely a legend.
Absolutely.
He was a zombie, a biker.
Dude, he was everything. Yep, he was a magician, wizard, fucking sorcerer, everything. Shit, he did everything.
He was the Undertaker.
Skyscraper. So I remember him back from WCW. Right. I can take you back on some Mark Calloway.
His intro is one of the most recognizable intros in life.
Yeah.
You hear that you automatically.
I'm happy I got a chance to see that shit in person.
Damn,
yeah. It's
you
different.
know when you when it's oh man,
you get goosebumps.
The whole atmosphere.
You do get goosebumps.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, what I wanted to say about Triple H, this is where I thought Jimmy was going with. This weekend was WWE's WrestleMania 38, what they call a premium live event now. So basically, what I didn't get a chance to see the clip, but I saw that there is a clip where Triple H left his boots in the ring, just like Undertaker did a WrestleMania or two ago, or however it was. It's basically symbolic that, that should retire. That's it. It's over. So no, that's where I thought you was going with that, Jim. I was going to say, due to the retirement, that's why he did that this week.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that part.
I got you, Jimmy. I got you, Jimmy.
Thank you, sir. Told you, try to get my sea legs back under.
Anytime, sir. Anytime, sir.
There's some information on COVID that just came out. They're saying that COVID is more likely to cause heart problems than the vaccine is. And it's also saying that COVID is more likely to cause diabetes in people. So if you've had COVID, it increases the risk of you having heart problems and diabetes. So it's like the gift that keeps on giving.
Well, damn, what is this going to do with my current diabetes?
It's going to give you type 7 diabetes.
Damn, right, exactly. What the fuck, bro?
You're going to have a new one. You're just going to be absorbing sugar when you touch it.
Man, look. Hey.
It's like your shit just hit the Mario Brothers mushroom and shit.
Right, like, damn. Like it ain't worse now. Fuck. I can't catch a break.
Yeah, man. A man in Germany was arrested because he took 90 COVID vaccine shots to get the vaccine cards, and he wound up selling the vaccine cards.
I wonder how that motherfucker feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he gotta feel fucked up. Like, oh man, that's just insane.
Well, the only thing I have to say is now, how did that work out for you, buddy? That's all I
we
got
won't
to
know
say
yet.
about that.
He gonna grow a horn.
That's
You're gonna be
absolutely
the first
ridiculous.
You're gonna be the first mutant.
He's going to be talking. He's going to be talking with his eye.
You want to talk about crazy? You want to talk about crazy? A woman was hospitalized because she held her farts for 2 years.
Yeah, I saw
from her
that.
boyfriend, and it caused her appendix to rupture.
Let
me call y'all out on something with it, because I know there's a lot of y'all that do that. Boy, I will not let that out for nothing around y'all, man. I've heard about it. I was like, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, long as you ain't every.
No, you know how much fart your ass gotta be holding to bust your motherfucking appendix, nigga.
You can't step out the room, right? Like, what? What
what happened when she took a shit? She didn't shit.
Her appendix burst.
I mean, when you shit, the fart comes out. What the fuck's going on?
Well, she is. I don't know, but yeah.
How in the? I mean, can you imagine the situation? The point where the appendix bust. She right by her man, right? All of a sudden, her ass starts sweating. Her man like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Oh, and fucking drops.
She like, what's wrong? Somebody call the doctor.
Call the doctor. I had to fart.
So, ladies, let it out. I mean, just give your man a warning first, because you might kill him. So give him a warning. Especially if you're holding it for 2 years.
I mean, because you backed up too, man. Listen,
you might kill him. They might put you on trial for murder.
That's some crazy shit, man. That is some
ninja turtle. Gonna be up to so much.
Her farts had to be so crazy that she couldn't never let one slip out. Not even the solid ones. You know, some girls would do a solid one and shit. You know what I'm saying? she can't even let the solid motherfuckers out.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I might need to follow this story because I need to know the backstory. No, I'm just curious. Like, what was going on? Because it can be so many different ways. You know what I'm saying? It could be different. Her stomach really stink. You know what I'm saying? It could be that he's fucking crazy and doesn't know how the human body works.
What she should put the butt plugs?
She was just trying to be cute and do that. Then you shouldn't move in with the man. You know, there's a benefit of living by yourself.
She probably put the butt plugs in her ass.
I don't know. That's why I say there's so much missing. I need to know more. I gotta follow up.
I'm telling you, she has some butt plugs to plug that shit up. Because ain't no way in the hell you're gonna hold your fart that long to bust your penis by yourself.
That's what I'm saying.
Like when you go to sleep, you're gonna fart. So that means she had butt plugs, man. She had butt plugs.
She, like I told you, maybe she was scared of him killing her. So I'm like, well, her killing him.
Think about it. If she didn't fart for a long time, she had butt plugs because you farting in your sleep.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Motherfucker's crazy, man.
Yeah. So it's just not a good look.
Motherfucker scared to cough, nigga scared to fart.
If you can't stand people to fart, then live alone, please. You know what I'm saying? Live alone.
Now, and keeping with being afraid to kill somebody, this is crazy. A woman who wrote a book about murdering your husband, it was a fiction book, has just been arrested for murdering her husband.
She wanted to put it out there to make sure to see if everybody be like, that should have worked. Like, why did I think of that? Yeah.
So I guess when the motherfucker was dead, the cops just read the book.
Yeah, pretty much.
They already knew who the killer was. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
at least she made her book sale. She made her book sales off the shit. You know what I'm saying?
She definitely did.
Motherfucker's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. I kind of been holding off on the whole Will Smith thing but it ties right into the main topic tonight. Everybody knows what happens. For those of you that don't know, probably living under a rock. But Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett. Will Smith then went on stage, slapped him,
What did the firefighter say to the face?
Slap. He then told him to keep his wife's name out of his mouth.
No, Jimmy. This is extreme, Jimmy.
Say it right.
Right, say it right.
No. You said, Jimmy.
There you
Come
go.
on, get extreme.
Okay, I gotta say it.
We are
He said,
news.
keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth.
All right, Jimmy. Now,
You said it
keep
twice.
your wife's name out your fucking
Jimmy,
mouth.
make me a believer. Make me a
There we
believer.
go.
One more time.
No, I
Make me
didn't
a believer.
believe that shit,
Make
Jimmy.
me a
I just
believer.
didn't
'Cause I wasn't a believer. This was a magic show. I was a believer. Make me a
You said what?
believer. Make me a believer. One more time.
Okay, let me do it. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
There you go. Thank you, Jimmy.
Jimmy, I was
took
gonna
a
say,
breath.
don't curse. That was Jimmy. That wasn't nothing but the devil making you curse. You should not have cursed.
I thought she called you the devil.
Ain't nothing but the devil.
Well, shit, you ever dance with the devil, baby?
Yeah, but nah, he so after this, he slapped Chris Rock. After that, Will Smith. After that, Will Smith wound up winning the Best Actor award for King Richard and apologized to everyone except Chris Rock. And then talked about how he did it to protect women and his wife. And then went to the club and partied all night. Then went to an after party and partied. And then the next day apologized to Chris Rock, saying that he was sorry about it. The day after, he was sorry.
He's better than me. I ain't never apologized to any of those motherfuckers I slapped. So he way better than me. You know what I'm saying? I was up there clowning the man. Shit, he's better than me.
Well,
he's better than me about 10 times over. Because
well, it's crazy because now it's more that's come out since then. It's now come out that there's footage of Jada Pinkett laughing when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. She laughed. Well, according to the footage, it appears as if she laughed when he slapped him. There's been some blowback to Will's career. So there was supposed to be a movie coming out on Netflix that's now being put on the shelf that he was in. Also, production on Bad Boys 4 has been suspended since this has started.
damn, Martin.
There's a lot of people that say they will never work with him again because of this. Pretty much most comedians hate him now because they feel that this is going to start a new precedent by him doing this.
Hell yeah! Wait till I get my Oscar. Hell yeah!
Let's see. He
stole my gimmick.
He's been removed. Well, he left the Academy.
Yep.
So there's a lot of long-term effects that's going to affect this. So think about it like this. This is the part that a lot of us don't think about. This is the first time ever that the Oscars had a Black producer. Will Packer. First ever Black producer of the Oscars. So during this happens. I don't know if you know, but right after that, Chris Rock was giving Questlove his first ever Oscar for the movie Summer of Soul, which is about a Black concert in the 70s. So no one pays attention to that. We had 3 female hosts for the first time, 2 being women of color. Samuel L. Jackson won his first Oscar, which was presented to him by Denzel Washington. No one talks about that because of this one incident. It's times like this when self-control are very, very important. I understand you could be mad. I understand you could have stuff going on in your life. A lot of people blame Will. Some blame Jada. Very few blame Chris Rock because it's a comedy show. I mean, well, it's the Oscars. It's a comedian. Comedians are going to tell jokes. This is actually tame. If you ever watch like Don Rickles or Red Fox or Richard Pryor, this is very, very tame. Compared to the stuff that they did. I didn't even think it was really a problem with the joke. And it actually appeared as if Will was laughing until Jada looked at him. And Jada's actually made videos in the past. She made a video in the past talking about her alopecia, saying, well, I love me. I don't care what anybody thinks about it. I don't care what anybody thinks about my bald head. So if that's your view, I'm with you. I support you. Then Will shouldn't have reacted that way. Again, we can't be in someone's head. In all honesty, it appears that Will just might have just had a bunch of pent up rage and aggression.
Oh, I guarantee you that one.
It's something I said to somebody. Think about, we've all been following Will Smith for years. Will's had very few scandals, but the few that he's had, who's been in the majority of them 90% of the time?
Yep.
His wife.
I mean, yeah, Jimmy. Like, I mean, me and you was talking about this before the show, and I was saying that if we, for the past 30 years, Will Smith honestly have been freaking clean of any type of fuckery.
Yeah.
You know, only fuckery that he was in, it wasn't by his own design. He was married to the motherfucker. But besides that, he could have ran for president.
Yeah.
Before this, he could have freaking ran for president.
At one point,
you know.
absolutely.
So, you know, I feel bad because at the same time, he's getting all this backlash, like a motherfucker who's been fucking up for years.
Yeah.
Let's keep it honest. It's like he's done one thing. Right, be clean the past 30 years he's been on a set. Okay.
Yeah.
And now it's like fuck him. It's like, oh my God. It's like people forget that other people are human, make mistakes and shit like that. You know, I understand. I do understand comedians pissed off and stuff like that. That I do understand. But to have his shit being canceled, his shit being held back, it's like, come the fuck on, man.
You know what it is? It makes it seem like he has no remorse. Because it's like you could slap Chris Rock, be on the sidelines crying, then cry during your acceptance speech, and then go partying. Like, if you're that devastated, you wouldn't be out there partying that night. You'd say, you know what? Let me go find Chris Rock and let me go talk to this man. Man to man, I need to talk to him. And if he doesn't want to speak to me, we'll speak on social media.
Now, now you're right, Jimmy. What he should have did was, if he had a problem with anything that he said, he should have waited after and addressed them in the back. And if he felt like slapping them, then slap him. But don't slap a black man on the fucking Oscars. Like, come on, man. You're gonna smack a black host. All right.
On a black produced Oscars, where more black people hosted and won awards than almost any other Oscars in history. But again, I think he's overwhelmed because again, look at all the scandals he's been in. He's had the whole entanglement thing.
That's what's about his
admitted to sleeping with their son's friend, and then interviewed him on her show, which I believe is filmed in their house. So you bring the man that you cheated on your husband with back into your home. Then
I didn't know that, Jimmy, for real.
Yeah. Then you do an interview with your husband describing the cheating, and then saying, "Oh, well, I figured that you would have known that I was unhappy if you would have loved me enough." And this is a man who's publicly said he's always struggled with insecurity. He said he's never felt man enough. He's never felt tough enough. You know, he's always been intimidated by Tupac because Jada talks about how much she loves Tupac, about how she doesn't know how to feel love. And I think that with him, it may have just been a buildup of everything. And he probably said, you know what, baby? Look, I'm going to show you I love you.
And shit, listen.
Yeah. It's a lot of men that's dead and in jail from trying to do that. And that's going to tell you to this main topic. But I've seen it happen. Sometimes you get those women that will go out there and start a problem and say, my man will mess you up. And the dude's sitting there like, wait, what? Like, wait, I'm trying to drink my beer. What you talking about?
Right. Well, I mean, we're just quick with the Jada thing and Will.
Yeah.
A couple things here. Like you just said, not only was she sleeping around, you're sleeping around with your son's friend. Not your best, a homegirl's friend, not your coworker or something like that, your son's friend. Okay? Put it on blast. And you, like you said, you filmed the show, had him as a guest on there, and you filmed it in your house. Okay? Enough said about that. With that being said, that man is sitting in that house letting all that go on and all that being thrown in your face, and you ain't did nothing about it. Which, hey, if they did behind closed scenes, I don't see where it slowed it down any. And then when you get on the stage with somebody supposed to be friends of yours, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, on such an important show as the Oscars, with so many great points that you pointed out, Jamie, that I didn't even know till you brought it up, because I haven't heard about any of that. And I would have loved to seen that award with Samuel L. Jackson and I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because this guy wanted to prove a point, Will Smith, in my opinion. Like I said, I think there was a lot built up, because your men are only going to take but so much. I don't care if you're insecure or not. But the wrong place to do it is jumping up on stage on a live TV show shown around the world where, you know, everybody's watching. It's not like some new TV show, no TV comedy. It's something people watch every year. And with so much first that was on that show, you go and you commit that act. You couldn't even wait for y'all to speak backstage and speak on it. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna do. You had to put it in this thing, because he's probably been going through this for the longest. Like, oh, everybody looking at me like I'm this, I'm that, whatever. I gotta prove it. I'm gonna prove it right now because I'm tired of it. Now this man's smiling at me right in front of I'm calling my wife right in front of me. And that's and that's how the man's mind thinks. When you start being challenged, then you know, at a certain point, you got to get up and you got to do something. And then that's sad to say. But then you sit there and you slap little Chris Rock. No disrespect to him. But it's like, if I was wondering if The Rock or Vin Diesel was up there and they made that joke, I wonder what he'd done the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I said, hey, no, go ahead.
Well, Tony Rock went on stage and pretty much said, it's 10 of us. Just remember that. It's 10 of us.
Oh, he cursed out, called Jada a bitch, everything.
Yeah. And it's a lot of yeah.
No, I was gonna say he was kind of saying what I said, just in a raw, more extreme version. So it doesn't sound like he got any love for the woman or the man.
This is the thing.
Now,
okay,
I'm sorry. Now listen. Me personally, I don't feel that comfortable enough for those men to be going hard at Jada. Just go hard at Will. You get what I'm saying? It you know, it looks, for me being a man, it just looks a little bit too crazy. You going that hard on Jada. You know, Will is right there. That's the man. So go hard on him. You know what I'm saying?
You should be speaking to. Right.
But you know what it was? I don't think the joke was that bad toward Jada. And the one thing that I wish that Jada would have done is stopped him. I wish that she would have just stopped him.
I mean, I don't think anybody known that Will was going to actually be any type of violent. Come on. It's Will Smith. Past 30 years. We didn't think he was going to come.
But think about it. Will goes up there. Will slaps him. She laughs at Will slapping him. Not, oh my God, my husband might have just ruined his career. Or my husband is going through something. He doesn't normally do this. Let me make sure he's okay. She laughs. And then if you look at the footage of him crying on the sideline, who's consoling him? Denzel Washington, Bradley Cooper, and Tyler Perry. Not her. I'm not saying that she didn't and it wasn't on camera, because it could have been. But it's sometimes we often hear about men that get in trouble because they're trying to show off in front of these women. And women, they do the same thing. You're trying to show off, you're trying to act tough, you're trying to protect your person, but people get killed behind that. Yep. People go to jail. It's a lot of guys that's in jail right now behind that. There was a girl I used to date, and I didn't like a member of her family. And I was really, really going to lay some hands on them. And luckily, I was stopped. Because somebody said something real interesting to me. They said, you hate this person. But if you go to jail, who's she going to be out here with? And where are you going to be? And it's luckily this person stopped me. Because I was ready to go out there and I was really ready to lay hands on this person. So I think we got to do better. We got to understand, and we have to also look out for each other. If we see our significant other going in that direction, you guys sometimes stop them. Sometimes it's not about your ego. It's not about your feelings. It's not always about, well, I feel disrespected. Sometimes you got to know the person that you're dealing with. You have to know, you know what? Me making sure that you're successful, that you make it home is more important than my feelings right now. And we got to sometime understand that. Honestly, I see you had your hand up for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that I say with Will Smith, where he did not, I don't know what he was going through, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter because he laid hands on somebody. It doesn't matter what you're going through. You have
Mm-hmm.
no right to lay hands on anybody,
Yeah.
because first thing, that man is a comedian. That's his job.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't curse her at her. He just said, "Oh, I'm waiting to see you in G.I. Jane 2."
Mm-hmm.
Demi Moore, and if G.I. Jane 2 was coming out, they could put Jada Smith in there.
Yeah.
You know, he had no right, and then you pick to do it there to black out. You know,
That's
and
what I'm
like I
talking about.
said, I have to commend Chris Rock
Yeah.
for standing there because he thought about it. I could be in his mind and him saying, "Yo, he just hit me," but he realized the bigger picture, where we
Yeah.
are and what the repercussions of this could be. You know,
Yeah.
because then it could have been two black men scrapping on that stage.
Absolutely.
We already embarrassed by the slap, you
Yeah.
know, and then Jada's sitting there and everything always comes back to her. So
Mhm.
Will said, also going back with him and her, he said they don't call what they have as a marriage anymore. It's not a marriage. So if it's not a marriage, what is it? You
Right.
Yeah.
know, and he made a statement of going back about how they love each other. It's like she has to get to learn her own love, as I gotta get to learn my love, and then we can learn to love each other. But does Jada really love you? That's what he needs to assess. Go to therapy because that's all about mental health.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He is mentally health stressed, and they're always at that red table talking and talking about mental health, trying to solve other people's problems, but solve your marriage. Solve
Mhm.
the way you raise your children. Solve the way, your son was talking about, "Oh, I just want to be whatever. I don't, at one point I think they said he wanted to cut off his body parts because he just wanted to be whatever, androgynous, or you know, look at
Yeah.
him. Look at them. Look how he what did he do? Jaden, he emancipating himself from that at 15 years old, and they allowed him to go. Who
Yeah.
Yeah.
does that?
That's when I started scratching my head. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
who
And
does that?
something else that we also forget, and this is another reason we have to give Chris Rock credit. The police were called,
Yep,
and Chris Rock did the right thing. They could have said, they asked Chris, "Do you want to press charges?" And Chris said no.
because he doesn't want to see another black man in jail.
And this
Absolutely.
is
That's his
and
brother at the end of the day,
yeah,
regardless of what happened.
and this is what's so scary about it. Tony Rock said what he said. Tony Rock is, we're not directly related, but he's the cousin of my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
So my cousin's mom's side is related to me, and his dad's side is related to the Rock family. So when Tony Rock said we got 10 brothers, I'm pretty sure Will got family. How many times in the hood have we seen this happen?
Yep.
One dude goes after another dude, and then now it's like, well, I got to go defend my brother. So
Yep.
now that person goes and fights them, and then their people comes over and fights them, and
Yep.
then somebody goes and gets a gun and kills them, and then now they pull out a gun and kill them, and now you got a full-fledged war
And
over something that could have been talked out
the last
over.
thing. Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you why this hits home with me. One of my best friends was murdered like this. My boy Bruce, when I first moved to Jersey, he was one of the first friends I ever met, and he was in the game, in the gang life. But when he had his child, he changed his life around, and this guy, another black man who I went to high school with, approached him at their daughter's preschool graduation party because my friend was I guess, dealing with or messing around with or what have you with this guy's baby mother. This is what was told to me. The guy approached my friend who was there with his 5-year-old daughter, fought him, lost the fight, came back and shot him. Because his pride was hurt.
Yep.
His pride.
Yep, that's usually the case.
Well, that's what they say. Pride goes before the fall, right?
Right. And you gotta think about it, that could very well happen with this situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And Chris Rock has daughters. What about his kids? Seeing their father being smacked on the stage. Did he ever think about that? And they're not as old as his kids, as Will Smith's kids.
Yeah. And what makes it even worse is that Will Smith will be doing an interview on Jada's show.
Like I said, that shit don't count.
For them to make money.
That shit don't count.
My point. And now, and I was saying this before, because my bros, they know me. And like one of the ways you can make me a worse enemy, and I will slap the hell out you, is if I know, you know what I'm saying, A, that, you know what I'm saying, you let your woman walk all over you, say whatever to you, this, that, whatever. I'm not saying that's the case with Will or whatever, but I think some of the things he should have addressed a whole lot more thoroughly.
Time ago.
Right. And told her, yo, be quiet about some of that shit. That's happening here. I don't need to be public knowledge just so you can watch your stuff. But she did it. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, a man that acts like that or whatever, you know what I'm saying, basically getting punked out on TV. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Just to then, when you get a moment when, you know, everybody watching, you're going to try to act tough and everything to sit up there and impress her. When I know how you get down, like I said, I used to slap a motherfucker a few times. You know what I'm saying? That used to be like that. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand that. Like, you know, don't sit there trying to get points off of me. You know what I'm saying? And because, like I said, you never know what anybody knows. Rock could have wilded the fuck out of that damn stage. You know what I'm saying? Would anybody have blamed him? Shit, he might be getting more money than he's getting now. At least with all this publicity he got, and his ticket sales done jumped through the damn roof. So thank God for that. You know what I'm saying? But it's because, you know, Chris Rock had never been out here hurting anybody or nobody like that. You know what I'm saying? It was a pleasure to have him as a host for the Oscars. So just to go and do something like that, bro, trying to prove a point. Because other than that, like you said, you seemed all right for the rest of the damn night. So you wasn't too damn mad about the thing. So let's just keep it real.
I mean, he slapped him. So I guess after he slapped him, he felt better. So
no, don't forget he was crying later. He was crying when it was time to get his award.
He's an actor, okay? Anybody can act and bring tears down. I don't know how genuine they really were.
I mean, he was probably crying because he was happy that he got the award. Had nothing to do with Rock.
In all honesty, I feel bad for him because he appears to be a man that's been emasculated for so long. And
that's the problem.
It seems like for years he's just been a man because he's even mentioned before he was with Pepper from Salt and Pepper. And I saw an interview with her and she said, my biggest mistake was not marrying Will Smith. I left him because he was too soft.
See?
Well, Jada told him that from the very beginning. I would have never married, you know. She thought he was bubblegum with his music. You know, like you said, he wasn't Tupac.
And I think that somewhere deep down, and it's a lot of men struggle with that. A lot of men struggle with that, feeling man enough, feeling tough enough. And you know, if you have to meet, you got the whole world coming at you with that.
You know, but that's different. Sometimes a guy is already a man, right? But they get with the wrong woman who want them to be a whole nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like they're a man and their approach, they're a man when they get their money, they're a man and provided. But you too soft enough. Oh, okay. So once he starts slapping bitches, now it's a motherfucking problem.
Well, you know what's crazy?
Once they get slapped up, you know, you know
what I'm saying?
Kids, then they want a good man. Then they want a good man. Like,
that's a mental shit. That's a mental shit. Sometimes I be thinking a lot of women who be thinking like that probably never had a real father figure, so they got this idea of what a man is, not like the man that's in front of them, who's providing, who's treating them like a queen, who's you know what I'm saying, being gentle when the time is right. You know,
real quick before we go
mental.
on.
Yes,
hold on. Lona, jump in at any time because your arm is probably about to fall off because I seen that hand.
It really is.
Jump in
sorry about that,
anytime. Yeah, my bad, y'all. I didn't mean to interrupt the flow, but I think she was waiting. I didn't want us to be closing the show. You know, Lola starts at the end. She'll bring on here. We'll be like another 35 minutes and shit. Lola, get your time in, babe.
Hell, you'll get all that time in with your sexy self.
Lady Lola. Lady Lola, hell. I know that's right.
Yeah. Put some butter on it, baby. Put some butter on it.
I'm not messing with you guys. What I will say, what happened was not reality. Okay, the reality is you either going to get beat up or locked up. And as a female, Will made a bad decision. It is what it is. Okay,
right.
Everybody make bad decisions in life. He made a bad decision. The problem is, and as a female, I will say it was extremely disheartening to see so many women agreeing with his behavior, because I think as a woman, you need to pull your man away from the bullshit. Encourage him to do better. See, because in reality, people want to co-sign what Tiffany Haddish said. It was the most beautiful. No, you don't have Tiffany Haddish money if your man get in trouble. Okay, an assault charge on a man is not going to be good. Okay, when he can't get the charge, when he can't get the job that he wants to get. Now, to be honest with you, with all the women saying I would tell my man to do that, your man is a grown man. He's going to make his own decision. He's going to do whatever is better for him and the household. Okay, that's it.
Should.
A woman can't make her man make a bad decision. He's always going to look at the situation. He's going to assess it, and he's going to do what's best for him. Now, the streets move differently. We're not going to get on the streets right now.
Yeah.
But it was just so many women. I'm like, it's different, because at the end of the day, Will did make that bad decision. He had the opportunity to clean it up and focus on the fact that everything he said during his speech would have been beautiful if he would have also admitted to the fact that slapping Will was incorrect. It was wrong. So instead of doing that, what he did was he deflected it on the fact that he was protecting his wife. So now you have a lot what people don't understand when him deflecting it from the fact that he made a bad decision. You have kids that look up to him. And it's not going to be always about defending a woman. If somebody says something slick to your son, he gets into a fight because somebody says something slick to him. Now he's going to get kicked out of college. Now, if he's in elementary school, he's in middle school, he's constantly getting into a fight, or he's in high school, he gets into a fight. And then now one time there might be a situation where he gets a assault charge. They're going to say, well, this little kid is always getting into a fight. So certain situations you have to understand when you co-sign it, you're also affecting the other kids. I'm not talking about the kids with the man in the household, because a majority of the men have not co-signed. Every man say the same thing. That Joe did not deserve the reaction it received. That's what the majority of successful men are saying. Okay?
It's professionally.
A majority of men are saying that. And what he did was he went on that stage and he deflected. And I was like, and so many females, I'm like, it had nothing to do with the fact that Jada Pinkett was looking. She walked up in there, look, her and Will Smith they walked in, they said, we're about to show up and show out tonight. And that's exactly what the hell they did. Okay. It had nothing to do. They was tying everybody, picking with them all those years. And you know what? And I forgot it did start with the children. I forgot about that. It did. Somebody mentioned it in the comments. It did start with the kids.
It started
and
with
another
the kids.
thing too, it did. It started with the kids. And you know what else too? Will needs to take accountability for the fact that men and women, we think differently. We think differently. When Jada approached him and said, let's go to a red table and talk about this whole situation, he should have known no man will be okay, especially with Will, as high profile he is, with all the money he has. No man will understand why you allowed another man to have sex with your wife and you're still with her. I don't know anybody in the industry that would put it public. What the hell was he thinking?
Yeah, and they were in his house. In his house.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Well, let's see you talk about that. Let's see you talk about that. I bet you that won't get talked about.
But no,
that's
just
what
the
started
fact
this whole situation, because all of you guys are men. You know damn well it will not have fly between none of your boys. That no one understands. But how about this? What if Jada allows this man to have 7 women living in the damn house? Y'all don't know their business. So she like, listen, because you know what? Jada didn't shed a tear at that red table. She was looking at him like this. Nigga, you really crying?
But one thing I will say to rebut that, you said we don't know if Jada lets Will have 7 women in that house, but Will's not putting that out.
I'm just joking.
Jada's
I'm
the
joking
one
around.
putting it out. No, I get it, but Jada's the one.
She's the one putting it out. No, she did not put it out. She did not. August put their business out there.
August
And
did.
like I said, I'm gonna piggyback on what I said. Men and women think differently. She didn't know. She thought she's going out there to clear her name. She didn't know.
But she does a show, and she invites August into their house to do a show, and then does another one with Will.
Right.
And says, "Oh well, if you loved me, you should have known I was unhappy and would have cheated on you."
But see, that's what I'm
Let me
saying.
tell you
Let's
something.
They talk about this.
And then August was a
that's
that
like
was a
all
bad
this stuff.
decision.
You know what I'm saying? Let's bring it all together.
They should have. That
I
was
wish
a bad
motherfucker
decision.
was.
And August was a baby. He was what, 20?
He was younger in his late
Yes.
20s, and everybody know.
Yeah.
Listen,
Come on.
men out there like, listen, you know, the stabbing in the 20s is not like the stabbing in the 40s. Why you let a man in the 20s, man?
And they make them do pills now.
Listen,
So
why you let a 20-year-old man? You know, worried about the stabbing is just not the same.
they got the
But
new pills now.
on a serious note, though, listen, whatever. On a serious note, though, the end of the night was not reality, okay? And like what you said, Jimmy, like with my brother on my father's side, one time he got into an altercation, they shot him in the leg. He didn't die with that one. Well, he's still alive. But then another time, a couple of years ago, his girlfriend called him. He said something about the girls. The girlfriend called him. Guys was trying to get at. He went over there to fight. He got stabbed, severely stabbed. That he's still alive, but they just stabbed him back in the head. But that's how the hood moves, though. You know, and we want to talk about, and I want to go to beat up or locked up is the true reality. Okay.
Yeah.
That whole night was a mess because they were like, okay, so Chris Rock didn't want Will Smith arrested. Okay, cool. You know, because let's be honest, we don't call the police anywhere. We don't want to be, you know, people to get arrested. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, you know, we're packing now because, like we said, you know, like we said, I wouldn't have wanted Will Smith to get locked up either. But now that Will Packer goes, the Academy made the decision to remove Will. Will Packer said, that's not what Chris Rock wants. So now we let the victim make the decision. We don't call the police. So if Chris Rock said, I don't want to call the police, the decision should not have been made on him. And this is why I said they should have had him removed. If Will Smith was removed, then that BS speech he made, that deflected, never would have been heard.
Yeah.
And we would have had so many people. And people would have been saying, the narrative would have been extremely different. Now people would have been saying, now because he got locked up or because he wasn't able to accept this award and made his speech, people would not be saying this right now. But when you see somebody sitting there chuckling all of that, then you think it's okay because in our community or certain communities, certain people, because I could say a lot, there's a lot of Black men that say he should have been arrested for assault. But, you know, we think it's not to say, I want to say it could always be worse. So for us, a slap in the face was nothing, okay? And then let's also talk about, because, you know, like, it was a punk move what Will Smith did too. A lot of men said, I would have smacked him back. First of all, the way Will Smith moved, it looked like it was a joke.
Yeah,
it looked like it was a joke. Jada probably laughed because she thought he was a joke. So I'm not going to put that on Jada with her laughing. Some people laughed, some people didn't know.
I don't care whether
still, he came back and he said what he said. No. You know why? I don't know.
I don't care whether she laughed or not because she didn't tell him nothing. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, all on him. I could put up the people's eyebrow. I don't mean if you come over here and start having sex with me or something like that. Okay, it's just a look. So all his actions is on him. You can't say, oh, she had him or shot him a text. Nope.
That's how I feel. No, she did not tell him. He chose to go up on that chase. No, it's not. I feel like it's not. A lot of people say, I'm like, it's not on her. She didn't know what that man was going to go on. He could have handled it a lot differently. He chose, the devil was on his shoulder. Like, do it. And he chose to do it. The other side was like, don't do it. But, you know, he chose to go with that. He felt good in the moment. Then he sat in his chair. He said, you know what? Let me just act like I'm mad. But you didn't act like you were mad when Chris Rock had his left arm up and his right fist about to hit you. He didn't act like he was mad then. If you notice, Chris Rock was ready to fight. He was ready to swing.
Yes, he was.
But you know what? Sometimes
he assessed the situation.
Sometimes it does go to. Sometimes dudes also try to acclimate to make their spouses happy. Because I know when I was younger, I was in maybe 18. I was in a business college, and this girl who I was dating at the time, she wanted a thug. She wanted a dude that was on the block selling drugs with white tees and baggy jeans. I'm coming from a business college with a shirt and tie on, dress pants, and a computer bag.
This nigga.
Like, I'm born and raised in the hood just like everybody else, but I'm out
Charlie
here
Brown.
trying to do this business college thing. So what I started doing, I'm young, I'm 18. I started showing up there with white tees, jeans, constructs, which is
That was the
which is
uniform
ironic.
back then with
That's
the
how
But
I
you
kids.
dress
started
now.
to conform to what she wanted you to
That was
be,
You
the
started,
uniform.
not
Exactly.
what
started to
you wanted to
conform
be
a
as a
nigga.
man.
And what's so
We've
crazy is
all
that
been
that's
there at one point.
it's so weird because I have a career now, and that's how I dress now anyway. When I don't have to wear the shirts and ties and stuff like that,
Right.
anybody that knows me will tell you. If you see me, I got on a t-shirt, a hoodie, some jeans, and some boots. But yeah, at that time, I did that. I acclimated
Right.
to that because again, well, I was young. I didn't have the insecurity issues, but it was more me. Let me try to make her happy. Let me try to make her comfortable. And I wasn't as bad as when Will Smith has said, I'm intimidated by her relationship with Tupac. I have never felt man enough. And my question is she saying anything to him to tell him you are enough? You are good enough? Or is she out there saying, Tupac would have did something about it? You just gonna let me cheat on you?
And guess what? Are you still laying down with a woman that's talking about a dead ghost being better than you? Real talk. You know what I'm
again,
saying?
he said even in other interviews, he's always talked about how he's always sought the approval of women.
Okay, well, guess what, bro? I guess you didn't get the approval rate because this shit is costing you more than it is, to continue with it. My thing is like, this is my thing. I think every guy is conformed to some woman. If not one, maybe a few more. Like I said, it might not have been something that lasted for like a long time. It might be something that lasted for the night. But at some point, whatever, and the gentleman in the audience, I don't have to feel free to let me know if I'm right or wrong. I believe at one point, certain points, every boy/man does that. So
conform in what sense?
And it could be a small sense.
Okay.
Right, like maybe you don't normally bring flowers, but you bring flowers. Or maybe you don't normally go, or maybe you don't normally go to a fancy restaurant, but you go there for them. Like that's small things. You know what I'm saying? Not on the comparison with what we're talking about here, but that's just the whole point. So my thing is we did that at one point. We found out it didn't work out. Guess what? We don't date those type of women anymore. Because you know what I'm saying, we kind of realized at a certain point, okay, it's not gonna work, it's not gonna go anywhere. My feelings is probably gonna get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what the situation is, and it's going to be a waste of time, waste of money, waste of emotion. So at a certain point, especially, you know what I'm saying, when we get up here in these ages, I mean, just say you gotta, hey, I you know what I'm saying, everybody loses one. You know what I'm saying? You continue to deal with that, then that's on you, and you take the consequences. That's what I'm saying. I'm not mad at her because this dumbass is, listen, I don't even mean to call him a dumbass. Please excuse me. It's just because I know so many guys like that they can see that they're women, and I'm not calling her toxic, but I've seen situations. This is why I'm so passionate about this one, where they've dealt with women that were toxic. It don't mean toxic; they were bad people. Just something they were doing.
Legend, they would just say they was fucked up. Legend.
Yeah, they were fucked up. I ain't even gonna fucking lie. Let me just
some are.
No, they were some.
They were fucked up individuals. Legend. Extreme, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, abusing. But the person would just still, the guy was still, he would just take it. I see this till this day. And I'd be like, bro, you don't see this going on over here?
Yeah.
You don't speak about it too much because at the end of the day, hey, whatever happens to you, happens to you. You get in your trouble, you know what I'm saying? Get knocked the fuck out. Don't call me. Hey, go defend her. Let her jump in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You sit up there and you get locked up or something because of trying to impress her or whatever. What can I do?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? There's some women that are rough, and guess what? You just, that's not for you.
I've seen women get their guys into fights and their guys got smashed the fuck out and they sitting there looking stupid. Oh my God! No, stop it!
Yeah.
No, this is what you wanted. You wanted him to get this work.
That's what I mean. You either gonna get beat up or locked up. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And I've seen situations where if those men didn't want to fight, they're like, man, that man's a coward. How could you not want to defend me? Which ties into our tonight's topic.
Yeah, see, all right. So at that point, that's when things start getting ridiculous. I'm the type of man, like, I don't give a fuck. Call me a coward. I guess that adds to the security thing is that you can say anything about me, but fuck you at the end of the day.
Exactly.
I'm gonna protect myself. So
exactly.
Again, I'm gonna use that word like I do in all the damn shows. It's accountability. Men have to take accountability for their mental health and their physical health. Stop it.
That's it.
Stop it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's cowardice. It's cowardice to me to go slap them after I got a funny look, then to look at her like, back. I got this.
Yeah.
Because that's what I would say. I mean, if I'm wrong about this, let me know. But me, I would tell my woman to look, shut the fuck up. I'll talk to him on the backside, and I'll handle it my way.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but that's me.
Yeah, I jumped in a situation like that. You know what I'm saying? 3 guys across the street said something to my girl who was walking by. She said something back. And then he said something like real. What I'm like, yo, what did you just say? Whatever. Like, now I'm about to run across the street to fight 3 guys. She, no. Okay, what the fuck was you just saying to him then? You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's 3 guys. They ain't nobody gonna disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, I'm speaking from experience on that. That's what I said. Type of woman, hey, guess what? I can't.
Well, that's good because she pulled your ass back.
Yeah, well, she wasn't Jada and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but some of the other ones, they'll encourage you to do it.
Listen, that would have been bad. That would have been bad. That would have been bad.
Hold on. Let me go to this one person because I know he has some type of story where a woman pulled the door.
He'll return his mic off.
And they got her.
He'll return the mic off.
My man, Jay Dizzle.
Yo,
I know you got something for me.
Listen, I did have a few situations that I didn't get into a fight with them, but times have changed.
Hold on. You're breaking up. You're breaking up. You're going down under. Damn. Yeah, your network is all like, can you hear me now type shit. Can't even hear me.
You got that legend Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, you got legend Wi-Fi right now. Oh, you still at work? Okay, Jay, my bad. Jay still at work. Thanks for listening, man. Thanks for listening. But any time that you got like clear Wi-Fi, whatever, feel free to jump in because I know that shit's going to be hilarious. All right.
Yeah, but you know what's so funny? We actually had a woman. For those of you that have been here since the beginning of Extreme Truth, back when we had 4 hosts.
4.
There was an audience member
the previous
almost did too. But there was an audience member that will always talk about how she can't deal with a weak man. She can't deal with a man that's not that cries. She can't deal with a man that's if he's not out there. And
she was weak as hell herself.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know.
She was from the very, very, very beginning of Extreme Truth from like a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
I can't wait to do the shoot interview on that one. I can't wait to do the shoot interview on that.
And what's so ironic is that she actually compromised him.
Right.
Yep.
Out of a show and out of 3 friendships that had lasted over 10 years.
Out of a whole entire business, man.
Yeah, out of a business because he tried to impress her.
Yep.
She compromised him out of friendships, out of a show, out of a company.
Yeah.
This woman had this guy thinking that he could be Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, you think I'm bullshit.
Yeah.
Not only that,
we know.
Not to say I'm perfect, but not even just that, but she had actually convinced him that my ideas that I had come up with were his.
Yep.
She convinced him that the ideas that we had meetings about that I brought up were his ideas. And she had also convinced him that I needed to be going from the show because I dimmed his light.
Yep.
Even though we gave him every opportunity in the world to shine.
And he wouldn't shine because he didn't say anything.
Nope.
Every now and then he would talk, but he wasn't really saying anything. He wasn't really contributing to the conversation.
Behind or in front of the camera.
No. See, now we really put him to the test. Let me tell y'all. I guess we're gonna move right along. But now we really put him to the test. A time where Legend and Jimmy Bones was out. It was just me and him, so we had a shotgun, right? So so the plan was he will play the Jimmy role, right?
Oh, I remember that week.
Jimmy role, right? So
You guys are frozen kind of in and out.
hold
Are
on.
we?
Are we or that's you?
No, yeah, they're good on my
It's
end.
not my
Yeah.
it's
Oh
It's
yeah,
It's
rolling
that's
on
on
all
my
my
you,
end.
end.
baby.
Yeah, it's
Oh
Yeah,
rolling
they're
yeah.
now.
good on my end.
Am
Yeah,
I moving? I'm just moving, make sure everybody
Yeah,
knows
you're
that,
moving.
yeah.
all right, cool,
Doing
cool. If I'm doing like this, that means you fucked up. Okay,
nah.
so no, so what happened was he started the show. Then all of a sudden he started making a hiccup, and without missing a beat, I just picked up right off and finished the shit out.
No, the part you missed is that he actually wanted to cancel the show because he had to do my job for one night. And the craziest thing about this guy is that this is a guy that we've known for over 10 years. We have been friends with for over 10 years.
Well,
But
y'all know him for over 10 years, not me.
well, we knew him for over 10 years, and this woman tried to convince him. Well, she did. She managed to convince him that we were out to get him, that he was better than us, that he didn't need us, that he actually needed to sabotage us.
No, sabotage you, Jimmy.
Okay, I was trying to be
Nah,
nice.
nah. Fuck all that.
I was trying to be
Like
nice.
you wasn't the one that couldn't be trusted. You
Yeah.
was the backstabber.
You
Yeah.
were the target.
Yeah.
You
So,
was a
yeah.
snake, Jimmy.
But at the end
Yeah.
of the day, where are any of them? Where are their shows?
Oh, I don't know. I cut off contact with him. So,
No, I'm saying exactly. So did I.
All
but,
right, so
but,
let's move right along from them.
but
Yeah.
one thing with that, just one quick thing. That also shows how sometimes these men, in order to impress people, will do anything. They will ruin a business. They will do anything, and then when the retribution comes back on them, they will go back and hide, and then give these inauthentic apologies, and then try to say, "Oh, I was manipulated by this person."
We
But this person
know.
told you
We
who you were
know.
from the beginning. This person told you, if you show weakness, if you cry, you are soft, and I do not respect you. If you show any kind of weakness, I will not respect you. So if a man is dating someone like that and trying to impress them, what's he going to try to do? Let me overcompensate.
And then what he end up doing? Going and crying to her.
And I think she laughed in his face.
Yes, that was the reports.
Yeah, she laughed in his face. And now, again, so after that, now he has to overcompensate. He has to overcompensate now. Now he has to be extra tough because she emasculated him. And so I don't know if that's the case for Will, but it does happen a lot to a lot of men in the streets. So to the fellas, you don't need to jump yourself into a situation you don't feel comfortable with to impress anybody. Now, if a man puts his hands on your woman or your child, do what you got to do to defend them. Definitely.
And sometimes, like, you got to realize when your woman is out of line, not trying to be like dominant or nothing, but if you know that your woman is out of line, that doesn't mean that you should be out of line with her, because then both of y'all going to jail. We can't have both of y'all motherfuckers going to jail. So,
yeah,
just be mindful. And maybe if she's the type of person that always getting your ass in trouble, that's not the person to be with.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about females. Like, I don't think a female should not encourage toxic masculinity either, because you know what, a lot of people don't know too. You don't know who you're messing with though. At the end of the day, okay, we're gonna use the example, right? Okay, Chris Rock was like, I'm cool, whatever, it is what it is. Tony Rock is not cool. Okay. He like, I don't care what my brother said. I'm not cool with this whole situation. Okay. Now we're gonna use the example. Okay, we could use Dana Lee and brother and the baby. That was a small situation that escalated. Dana Lee
Who?
did not tell her brother. Dana Lee and the baby. Cut it out. The rapper, the baby. I'm not messing with
Okay, okay, shit.
You talk about the
Yeah,
mother of
I
the
didn't know
child.
who you was talking about
Okay.
either.
You talk about the mother of
Yeah,
the child.
yeah,
Yeah.
you saying her first name like I should know who the fuck she
Yeah,
is.
I didn't know either, but I was
Y'all
like,
need to cut it out. Y'all didn't know who Dana Lee was?
You
No.
is she a performer?
Yes.
I know
You
her
didn't
face.
know about her brother that pulled up on the rapper, the baby, and they fought inside the bowling
No.
alley a couple.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that
heard
was
about
him. That
that,
was
but
him.
I didn't know that
That's
was
what I'm talking about. The rapper,
yeah,
the baby, and his
the
No,
baby
I,
mother
baby.
brother.
Yeah,
oh,
That's
I
who
know
that
that.
was.
I didn't know.
yeah.
Yeah, it was the
I mean,
rapper.
I saw the
So
fight.
you know what that's?
I saw the fight. The
Yeah,
fight
Yeah.
was fun. You know what I'm saying? They was
Do
slipping
you
and
know what the
sliding and
fight was?
shit.
Why he got jumped?
No,
Yeah. Do you know why he got jumped?
no.
Okay. Dana Lee, and the baby got into a fight. No, he asked her to leave out his house. He decided to go on Instagram Live and call the police on her because she didn't want to leave out his apartment. And they
I
have like a
remember that.
2-month-old baby. She didn't want to leave.
I
That's the
remember that.
situation, right? The brother was upset. And he said when he sees the baby is gonna be on site. He said it, right?
I remember
Oh,
He
that.
put it on
I
the internet.
remember
He
that
put it on the
somebody on the
internet.
internet.
He was internet bullying. He said, when I see you, it's gonna be on site, right? So Dana Lee didn't tell her brother run up on this man, but he probably chose to do it on himself by himself. Okay. So with me, I'm like, he just rolled up on the baby at the bowling alley and he came by himself. But let's be honest, he came by himself because he knew if he came with a crew, they would not have let him get near the baby. So he was like, I came to talk, but you were saying online that when I see you was gonna be on site. So no. So when the baby saw him, they just jumped him.
mhm.
So in reality, so it's like sometimes you don't know what a family member will do. You can't control them. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with, like right now, you're not getting to he can't get to Will Smith. The Rocks can't get to Will Smith. He's a high profile person. You know what I mean? But let's say if he wasn't a high profile person, not all family members fight. You're always gonna
Yeah.
have family members fight. Some of them do, some of them don't.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I thought that was a good example too, because I'm like, that was an example of a brother. He didn't like how somebody treated his sister, and he wanted to fight him. And honestly,
Yeah.
they really should not have gotten into a fight. They really
Yeah.
should not have. But it's that toxic masculinity. Neither one of them had a female to pull them the hell back and tell them that you don't need to do this.
Yep.
So, and I'm just like, a lot of females, like, I'm like, no, don't encourage that. You need to be the person pulling your man away from the nonsense.
Yep.
That's how
And that's what, yeah, and that's how a lot of things start.
And I've been in
And I was just like,
situations.
like that whole night.
Oh, I'm sorry. Keep going.
Mhm.
No, like
No, I was
I,
gonna say, I know they would go again. I'm sorry, I just keep wanting to say, like, that evening to me was not reality. Like the fact that Will wasn't asked to leave, they should have made Will leave. That wasn't reality in situation. It was
Yeah.
just nothing about that night. You can't slap nobody and think if you at somebody's house and got into a fight, somebody's going home. If they don't
Yeah.
call the police, somebody have to
But they
leave the
did.
situation,
They
right?
did. They said the academy asked him to leave, and Will said no. They should have forced him out.
But check how
Will
gangster
Packer
that
told
is,
him to
because I
stay
even
because
recognized it till
black
Lola
people,
first started talking. And the thing is, you just slap somebody. So like I said, like if I'm heated or whatever, I'm slapping, I'm fighting. Like you gotta get me up out of there. My
Mhm.
man walked up on stage,
right?
smacked
He did
fire,
like it was a joke,
and sat back down to
and then
chill for the
walked
rest of
off
the
like it
night.
was a joke.
I ain't
Mhm.
even
No, but
recognize that
he
till we
talked
started
crap
talking.
though.
That's gangster.
He talked crap
That's why I
afterwards.
said.
Yeah, but no, if you
Yeah.
Motherfucker
notice,
like I would have
he
dove off that stage
he
like a
punched
rock
out. He did a
band
punk move.
member. I'd have dove off that stage like a
Right,
rock star.
that's what I'm
Nah, you
saying.
ain't getting that, bro. You sat
Yeah.
down and chilled. What? And got an award?
No, right.
Bro.
But no,
Yeah.
no. Let's look. If you look at Rock's face though, Chris Rock, when he said keep my wife's name out your mouth, Chris Rock looked at him like this. He was like, okay, and I will. To me, that was like, when I see you, I'm gonna get you. But
No,
he's
no
like, I'm
doubt.
not
I
gonna
saw
act
that.
up in front of all
And like
these people. No, on some real shit, like, right? You a
Yeah.
man. He like, I'm not
And
gonna
that's what
act up on
salute
these
him.
real people.
I
On
salute
some
him.
real shit, like, look, you weren't even invited last time. He like, look, you weren't even
Yeah.
invited last time. Let me do
Yep.
my job, but when I see you, I'm gonna get you. But I'm gonna be calm
Yeah.
and collected right now. To me, maybe because of the environment I'm in. That's what I saw. Chris Rock was like, and I will. And he said, I will. But when I see you, it's gonna be that. To me, that's what it meant.
Yeah.
Said that
I meant like, why
mentally,
you gonna go sit down? He said it mentally because on some real, Rock wasn't like, is he? Rock know the slap felt real, but he was like, because he had his hand behind his back on some, I'm not aggressive. When people ready to fight, their hands are up front, they ready to swing. Because Rock, and he leaned forward because he thought Will was about to say something to him. What he did was the punk move. He didn't want the smoke. When he saw Chris Rock again, when he saw that fist, he turned around. And I'm like, a real man wouldn't have done that. He would have said it right then and there. If he wasn't acting, and I said Will Smith was acting with that slap. If he wasn't acting, he would have said it right there after he slapped him, like, keep my wife's name and wait for him to respond. He didn't do that. When he saw that fist, he walked off that stage and then he made his comment. So I'm not going with, and nobody knew, everybody thought it was a joke. So if Chris Rock would have responded and punched him, then it would have been like Chris Rock overreacted because Will was just joking. Will could have easily changed the narrative and said, I was just joking with him. So people don't know. But Chris Rock, let me tell you, when I tell you Chris Rock looked him in the eye and was like, and I will. But you saying that now, but you didn't say that when you were in my face.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
That video.
Right.
And I don't know if you know, but at Chris Rock's show, audience members were like attacking Will Smith. And Chris Rock was like, nah, we're not doing that.
He did.
Yeah.
That's why
he said, I already made a show. I'll talk about it, but not now.
Right.
So, and you know what? I really hope that Black Hollywood gets involved.
Yeah.
I hope that Will's that Denzel, Sam Jackson, they reaching out to both.
Denzel said it was on what you
Denzel, he said it's just an incident. Like he's trying
to clean it up.
Yeah.
He's saying that on screen.
But my thing is, it was disrespectful. Somebody should have checked Will that night when he didn't apologize to Chris Rock. I have a problem with that. See, and with me being petty, when he did not, I'm not even being petty on some real shit. Like, even like you said, he was right. He was no longer in imminent danger to jump off the stage, and he had opportunity. He knew Will was on some whatever, so he just continued on. But I forgot my trick.
He should apologize that night.
He should thank you. He should have apologized that night. And when he did not apologize, I'm gonna tell you right now, I would have laid out on the floor and be like, I can't hear until they would have arrested him. I'm sorry, but they would have arrested him that night.
Well, what did Jim Carrey say? Jim Carrey said, sue him. I would have sued him.
Me too. I'm suing him.
I would have sued him. Get it in his pocket.
Yep.
50 million. I want 50 million.
That apology the next day, it needs a phone call. And it should have been an in-person apology that night in the room.
I think he gonna get sued. I think
the same way you go on Instagram talking and going about you flying off the rope, then you should have did it.
Somebody should have told him to go back there and apologize to that man that night. And by him not doing it that night, you guys allow him to deflect. It was wrong. So I understand with the Academy. And another thing too, like, let's address, I remember when I had a situation, I mean, it's bad, but you know how like we said we don't want to see a black man arrested. And I understood when the police is called on you, but the baby calling the police on being the leak. I remember one time I was in a situation where a guy had called the police on me. It was a minor situation. And I remember when the cop came, the first thing I said, now mind you, I've only been living in my neighborhood for like less than 2 years. And I'm like, I know he did not call. I'm on the phone with my girlfriend. I was like, I think she called the cops on me. She was like, you have to stand your ground, deal with it when the situation happened. 15 minutes later, because in the suburbs, they respond quick. 15 minutes later, here comes the damn cop in front of my damn house. I'm like, you really called the cops? I'm like, ain't this a bitch? So a cop walks up and I look out the window and the cop I see he looking because the guy was in the car with the girl or whatever. And the cop was just like this, I don't even want to be here. Anyway, I opened the door and the first thing I say to him is, how you gonna call the cops on me when you from Newark? The cop stand after I said hello to the officer. And I was like, all right, I'll cooperate. And I was like, how you gonna call the cops on me when you from Newark? The cop was upset. He was like, but look at the situation with the Oscars. Okay, this is a high profile situation where we had 2 black men say, well, we don't want him arrested and all of this and all that. But that's just something in our community that we do. Like, we just don't believe in it because it wasn't a big enough issue. But if the police were ready to do that, that means whatever he did, was, it was okay for the cops to arrest them.
Yeah.
But we just don't believe in calling police in our, in our community.
Yeah,
Well, not all communities. Now, I can't say that because some black people say he should have been arrested. I'm not going to say that.
Like me, I think he should have been arrested.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
Yeah,
my opinion.
now, I feel like when he did not apologize, I felt like, yes, he should have been, because the example needed to be made.
It's just like it's a bad example to our kids and to other people. If he can get away with it, why can't I?
Right.
Yeah.
No consequences for him because he got money. His name is Will Smith. And everybody else in the hood would have got roughed up and thrown in jail.
Right. Already. No,
right. And that's
already.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All of a sudden, everybody getting slapped.
What did the fuck you say to the face?
And then you get to sit back down. You're not a mafia boss. You're not a drug dealer boss. Get to slap people and get away with it.
So what about now comedians who are on stage talking about the front row?
They'll have security, I think.
Yeah,
they got
security.
No, they
have
don't.
security.
Not all the time. Because a comedian,
now they are.
A comedian was just
but
attacked
let's
over the
keep it
weekend.
100.
A comedian was
If
just
it
attacked over
wasn't
the
Will Smith,
That's fucked up. That's messed up.
What?
Look how many big comedians, like you said, Red Fox, Richard Pryor. Oh man, Cat Williams, they drag people through the mud. But what you do, you laugh. It's comedy. So now this is setting a precedence.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think it's gonna change the way comedians move though.
I hope not.
I hope not.
They're being real disrespectful to her though. I'm like, if one more person call her bald-headed bitch, I'm freaking out. I'm just like, no, stop doing that.
That's not for us.
That's not nice.
Yeah, that's not nice.
That's not.
Yeah. Like I said,
I didn't call her that. No.
No, I said the comedian.
Oh yeah.
My thing is, why the hell are y'all wilding out? You know what I'm saying? She ain't do shit. Like I said, she ain't do nothing.
She did.
If you try to charge them, he's going to get locked up. She ain't going to get locked up. They ain't even going to dismiss the case before it gets to the media. And that's the whole point. That was a stupid mistake made on his part, not her, because that's what he deals with. So then he suffered the consequences. That's the person you deal with, and she give you looks and this, that. And like I said, it's just a look. Who knows what she meant by the look? We can all guess.
Yo, I'm telling you, like I said before, Legend, he was purpose all fine with it. He looked at her and be like, you know what? I don't want to deal with that shit when I get home. So now I gotta slap the shit out of you.
Well, they showed them with their heads together, like lovingly, her head against his later on that night. She was like this on his head, like, baby.
Yeah, that turned her on. Shit, that turned her on.
Could be.
You want to see some
You
niggas?
could be right.
Oh, hell yeah.
When they got home that night.
She was like, you can wear the Tupac bandana tonight.
Yeah.
I felt like that situation was fake. How you go from 0 to 100? First of all, you're supposed to go from 0 to 100, not negative 25 to 100 real quick. Like, come on. You don't go from laughing to ready to slap a person. That's not how it works, though. It doesn't go like that.
Because he knew the joke was funny. He was laughing at it. He was laughing.
He was. So how do you go from laughing to getting up and slapping a person? That was fake. He made a bad judgment call. He made a bad decision. It wasn't no
trying to impress her.
And the people are allowed to do it, but he should have cleaned it up though. How you gonna not clean it up? Like, what was he thinking? He had opportunity to deflect. Instead of cleaning up, it's like you blame the victim. Like, I didn't like that. That's the thing I didn't like.
Right. Now, for anybody else that's in the audience that haven't spoke tonight, definitely feel free to jump in. It's going with our question. So the Will Smith and our topic for tonight is pretty much one and the same. For anybody that's new, make sure that you can either raise your hand, which is down. Jimmy Bones could probably explain it better, but it's down on the bottom of your screen under the More section. Or you can just chime in.
Oh, Tupac.
No, you're not.
Hang on, I gotta switch devices because my tablet's about to die. Hey, fellas, grab it for me. I gotta switch devices.
Okay. Okay, so